Welcome aboard the cockpit of the A-18 Hornet. We're continuing to work on the flight school campaign that I've been developing for this aircraft, and we are going to be doing the navigation check ride that completes the block 1 of this training. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this right now. As I've stated in every mission that we've done so far, we are doing the final testing for this. We're running through the campaign just to make sure that it actually works as intended, and we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and do that.
Good afternoon. This is the navigation check ride, which is a prerequisite to moving on to the air-to-ground portion of the syllabus. To pass the check ride, you must complete the following items. 1. Navigate to all 4 provided GPS
I do need to figure out a way to
waypoints.
make this one non-skippable.
2. Fly over the specified VAR station.
I don't know.
3.
Maybe not.
Execute a
If people
Case
go back
3
through it, I don't
approach
want them to have to
Vaziani.
do this mission. So I don't
4. Execute a Case 1 recovery at Vaziani. Be advised that the flight must end with a good trap to pass the check ride. If you land short, it will simulate crashing into the stern of the carrier, which is an automatic failure. Landing long or missed approaches allow you to go around and try again. Failure to complete any of the above listed items, or attempting to complete steps out of order will result in failure of the check ride. You will be advised once you have completed each step, so be sure to receive that notification prior to moving on.
Roll left.
The use of auto on the HSI could cause you to miss the waypoint before it turns to the next one, so it is advised that you advance waypoints manually. If at any time you forget what step to complete and when, refer to the mission briefing. Good luck.
Alright, so while we're waiting for everything to start up, we should be able to go ahead and insert our waypoints. 3 and 4, and then we can get to the UFC menu here, bring up our navigation stuff here. So let's see here. Let's advance to waypoint 1, position north. Oh, sorry, this one's a grid. They want us to go, or we're going to go to NL first. Pop that in. Make sure we're in precise mode. And then we do 1, 7, 9, 7, 4, 8, 6, 7, 7, 8. Enter. Elevation is 877 feet. Waypoint 2. We're doing decimal. And decimal. Oops. Confused. Waypoint 2. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened there. That was weird. We are in decimal. We are on precise. So going to the UFC position north 4126.369 east 4348.623 no 623 elevation is 65 feet. Waypoint 3, we are going to be in a regular non-precise mode for our seconds. And we are going to do position north 410252 east 431440 elevation. Oh, confused as to why that elevation was in there. Okay, that threw me off. 6433 feet. Okay. And then waypoint 4, we are doing precise seconds, so position north 42 14 31.55 east 4202 49.25 elevation. Wow, why is it continuing to hold the elevation from the previous one? 43 feet. Okay, so we have our waypoints entered in. Let's just double check. 17974867778. Yep. And then we have 4126 Okay, 41, 26, 369, 43, 48, 623. Waypoint 3, we have 41, 02, 52, 43, 14, 40. And then for the last one, we have 42, 14, 31, 55, 42, 02, 49, 25. All right, all of our waypoints are in there well. Let's get our VOR set up. So we're going to go down to manual. We're going to do 113,600. That gets our VOR set up. We'll move our HSI over to the left now because we're not doing data entry. Waypoint 1 as our thing there. Get our TACAN turned on, and the 22 X-ray is our TACAN. Put that on, and all of our navigation is now set up. So we should be able to go ahead, head over to the runway, take off, and complete our check ride. Now, if you're trepidatious about this, the navigation block is the only place where you're required to do manual startups and shutdowns, and it's the only place where you're required to do heavy data entry. And it's mostly just to get you used to using the interface so that when you need to start entering in GPS coordinates for bombs and stuff like that, you're familiar with how all that works. So starting in the next lesson, the aircraft will start already started up and ready to go. And the only thing you'll have to worry about is loadouts. And then for Block 3, when you get to the air-to-air part, after that you start loaded out for what you need. So as you progress through the training, it becomes the workload becomes less and less. Get the landing gear and flaps up. Get the thing there turned off. We're going to turn down that. Oops, I had the wrong thing selected. I'm not sure why we're not picking up the VOR though. I know it's 113.6, so 1136. Not sure what the deal with that is. So let's see what's up here. All right, got confirmation of that. The alt going. Okay, so yeah, the test for this is proving that you know how to type in waypoints or know how to type in GPS coordinates and navigate using them. Learn how to use the VOR for the navigation for that, and then get back to the airfield, do a case 3 approach, and then switch over to a case 1 recovery, just to prove that you know how to do all of those things. So that's kind of the point of this entire first block of training, is just to teach you how to use the basic functions of the aircraft to get where you need to get and enter information that you need to enter. That's kind of the whole point of all of this. So not exactly the most fun stuff in the world, but it does get you used to flying this aircraft, manipulating its systems, getting the startup and shutdown procedure to where you're at least familiar with how to do it. If you know, regardless of whether you want to or not, at least you know the process. Yeah. Okay. So now we need to switch over to heading select. All right, we do have the VOR actually making noise at us now, so let's get that there like that. We'll fast forward, getting our turn down. Problem is that this airfield is super close to the VOR, so alright, which we should be. didn't get the... We're not getting the VOR.
Vatsiani and execute your Case 3 approach.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to switch to the Case 1.
I'll have to check that out, because that doesn't make any sense. I think maybe the zone for that might be a little too small. So when we're done with this, it worked. It finally worked. I got onto it, but as long as you're close to the VOR, that should be fun. That should really be enough. So I need to take a look at that. What is our... 070. Let's see. Vatsiani is 140. That turned off, so we don't have to worry about the beeping anymore. And then turn the TACAN back on. Autopilot, we'll hold arrow alt. I believe our course line is 129 for this. And so if you missed our previous episodes, there's mountains in the way. All right, so now we got Vatsiani. Let's see if we can get the course line. Okay. Select off. It's a little too aggressive with that. it'll take us way too long to get on the line there. You're supposed to turn until you get to about a 45-degree angle, and then you just make adjustments as necessary as you start approaching the line so that you can get on it. Descending. Start pulling back on the throttle. I believe that's our airfield up there in the distance. I keep forgetting we're not landing at this point, so we can speed through this a little bit. Now we do need to start slowing down because we need to be at 350 knots by the time we get to the airfield here. So.
Case 3 good. Switch to Case 1.
Okay, so now we just need to get down to 900 or 800 feet. Get our speed around 350 knots. The rest of this we'll have to do in real time because it's very difficult to speed this process up and not screw it up. So you just kind of have to do it. I'm gonna do some wild, yeah, just want to make sure the autopilot's actually disengaged, because sometimes it doesn't. Wait till we get 1.5 miles away. And I guess it's just 1 mile. You're generally supposed to do about, I think, 3% of whatever, 10% of whatever your speed is. But I generally just try to keep it anywhere between, in the lower half of 2 Gs. I find that puts me personally right around the distance I need to be. A little close, so I'm gonna start heading out a little bit more. A little close, and we're actually pretty high. But then again, the problem with this is that the terrain is rolling beneath you. So I'm definitely high, but I'm probably not as high as it seems like I am, because there's valleys and stuff underneath me. We're gonna continue going down. Let's just double check and verify. Landing gear is down. I'm actually gonna press the buttons again just to make sure. Just keep an eye on that. Give myself some extra room just because we want to make sure we actually get this done. So I'm actually going to push myself out to about 2.5 miles just to have extra room to realign. Okay, and then we just need to land on the numbers, and that'll be a good trap. And ideally, we can advance the mission. I don't have my head tracking turned on right now because for the vast majority of this mission, you don't really need it. So I can't look and verify where we are. It's another reason I'm giving myself a little bit of extra room. Yeah, too sharp there, so we'll fix it like this. Ourselves ready for the landing here. Way high. So I'm going to start bringing it down. Using only throttle. There are no pitch adjustments at this point. It's all throttle. And overcorrected, so we're going to bring it back.
Good trap.
Alright, cool.
You've passed the Checkride. Taxi back to parking spot 1 and shut down the aircraft.
Whoa, what the? Okay. I'm not sure why it was telling me that my track IR device is unplugged. I don't have anything turned on for that, so that's weird. I'm glad that happened when it did instead of when I was trying to land. That would have been bad. Okay. Cool. So we just need to get back to shut down the aircraft, and we should be able to advance to Block 2. Down so we don't overshoot the spot. Am I in the spot? Just gotta double check and make sure. yeah, we're pretty much right on it. So maybe maybe I don't have the thing turned off. So let me just try auto shutdown and see if that works. Yeah, I think for the exam you don't get any indicators of. You don't get any indicators.
Great job.
Okay.
You're ready
by
to
now
move
you should
on
have done
to
it
the
enough time
air-to-ground
that you should
block
just
of the
remember the
training.
process.
Let's go celebrate at the O Club.
Okay, and then we can exit the mission and end the mission. And there we go. Lesson 2.01. All right, so then the next video, we'll be doing the second block of training, which is going to be the air-to-ground portion. But that's the entire first block, and it does all seem to work as intended. But while we're sitting here looking at it, let's... well, hold on. While we're sitting here looking at it, let's go ahead and hop into the mission editor and open up that mission. Because I want to see... I think I want to increase the range at which you can get that done, because, yeah... I don't know. Yeah, I think 30,000 feet. I might even do 35 because this is so close. I don't want you to have to fight for that. Like 40,000 feet. 40,000 feet. I know it's a large area, but as long as if you have it tuned properly, it will get you in the right direction, and that's really the whole point. So I don't want you to get screwed over because the turn here is so sharp. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just do that. Maybe 30,000. That's fine. We'll just do that. I don't want the student to get screwed over because they're making this turn here. And they're not, you know, if they end up turning wide, then you end up having to do this ridiculous spiral thing that I had to do, and I don't want you to have to do that. So as long as you get kind of close, it gets you over to the VOR. They at least get you in the area of if you're using radio nav to get to a target. So that's kind of the point. But anyways, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today. Hit the like button to send the video out to more people. Subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. You can join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.